The size of your dreams must always exceed your current capacity to achieve them. If your dreams do not scare you, they're not big enough. This is one of my favorite quotes from Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. Welcome to the Resilience 30 Women Awards 2022 by Hapa and Shanghai Media on Hapa TV. We have lots and lots of stories to be shared, stories that will change and impact lives. I'm Jennifer Ong, and my next guest is the co-founder of Spectruck, a mobile optical operator established in 2017, serving more than 300,000 people and helped more than 100,000 people with vision impairments problems from all levels of communities. During the movement control order in 2020 and 2021, her business were badly affected. Her business model was totally paralyzed in a way, but she moved from B2B business to B2C to sustain during the recent pandemic. Let's welcome the co-founder of Spectruck, Datin Sri Carmen Soo, to share with us on her journey of how she pivoted for survival. Welcome to Hapa TV, Datin Sri. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, Jennifer. Thank you for having me here. And of course, good afternoon to all the viewers out there. My name is Carmen. I'm from Spectruck. I'm the executive director of Spectruck, right. And my business, I'm actually in optical line. We are the first in Malaysia operating a mobile optometry service via a truck.
Right.
So,
is that the first in our country?
Yes. We were being awarded by the Malaysia Book Record.
Right.
For being the first operators in operating in such nature.
Right. So may I ask, what made you start this mobile Spectruck, or rather mobile optical shop, isn't it? You called it.
I think optometry service is not new anymore. Right. It's old business. But we realized that when we came into this business, we realized that there are a lot of people that is actually in the rural area are deprived from the optometry service.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah. So and we like to actually address and to correct the visions where we go.
Right.
So that mooted the initiative when we wanted to expand our business some 5 years ago.
Right.
Yeah.
I see. And was the business model disrupted during COVID?
Of course.
I heard you saying that, so Datin Sri told me that, my God, Jen, my business totally kind of like paralyzed, right? No more, literally, you couldn't move anymore because there were so many lockdowns and you couldn't access the rural areas. That's and right. So on, right? Because theirs is an outreach model where they go out and visit people. So I cannot imagine how, that had been for you when the lockdown was announced. So tell us what was running in your head, what was happening when you actually heard about the lockdown?
I guess not just Spectruck. All business when they couldn't serve, they
right.
couldn't receive customer, the very first things that comes to their mind is how do I sustain? How long does it take? That's the very first questions. And when you comes to pandemic, nobody can estimate exactly how long would it take.
Absolutely.
And fair enough, it lasted 2 years.
2 years?
Yeah. So that's a pretty long, so we suffered a lot because we never expected to come. However, as entrepreneurs, we take every adversity that comes,
right.
with a more positive mind, which is very important. How we look at the business is we actually very focused into the B2B business
right.
prior to the pandemic,
right.
And where we see the opportunities that comes. Is in the B2C, where people are so skeptical to go out because the pandemic, people wants to be served, even the food are being served to their home.
Absolutely.
So we actually think, hey, we can. It is adversity, but at the same time, it also create opportunity for Spectruck to bring the service to their home and serve the family, their family, because whether you like it or not, you don't have a pair of specs, and if you have a problem with your vision, your lifestyle is affected.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So what we do is we quickly move our business, the team,
Right.
to the business of a B2C. So we promote our B2C service, and then we got calls. We got people who actually make appointments, and we actually go to their homes and serve.
So when did you start? Which month was it in 2020 that you actually start the mobile business?
In 2020.
Sorry, you already started in 2017, right?
Right.
But you had to change the B2B to B2C, right?
Right.
So when did you start the B2C business model?
Oh, okay. We are quite fortunate. We can actually just change it immediately.
Right.
So it's just a matter of we did live, get our optometrists to go live, because they cannot go out.
Right.
So do live sharing,
I
and at the same
see.
time promote our service of this home to home,
Right.
Delivery service.
Right.
And so we get tractions while we were doing just sharing online on the eye problems and stuff
Right.
like that. And then we get bookings, and that proves through, I think.
Right. And during the time, especially the 2 years of lockdown, right? What was the biggest takeaway for you, the biggest learning for you in business as an entrepreneur?
I guess in any business we have our customers. I think customers, we got to be very customer centric. We got to take care of our customers,
Right.
because at the end of the day, they are the one who pay our salary, feed us and so forth. And during this period, have more interactions with the customers.
Right.
To know, because they have an objective to meet, which is actually to deliver their CSR objective.
Right.
And we are the vendor, so we need to find a ways how can we now deliver the service in the different manner, different channels. So we actually do optom to call, still able to help out people. So we may not be doing so good as before the pandemic,
Right.
but at least it gave us some breathing.
Right.
You know?
Right. Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, pivoting, I think in the times of crisis, there's always an opportunity, right? Every crisis gives you opportunities. It depends on how you look at it.
Yeah.
But of course, pivoting is one of the key things, and it's one of the key words I've been hearing: pivot, right? Even for us, like, how do we pivot from a printed magazine, to a digital media? So I'm really amazed with the business model that you have created, even before pandemic, right? I mean, to have Spectruck and to bring optical services to places instead, like you said, an outreach rather than you come to me, which is a traditional model, right? But even with that model, you still face challenges and adversities during COVID.
I think nobody exempted from the impact of COVID. It's just how you pivot and how severe, and we are very lucky the team is with us. I must thank the team for trusting in our leadership, and willing to go with a new direction. During when we wanted to actually pivot, and now we are,
the support system was
the
there.
support system is there, and we're very thankful to the team as well. Without them, we can't go this much.
Yeah, isn't it? And so we're talking about resilience here, right? So that's the real reason and the real objective of why we created the awards, to really recognize women with resilience. And how can you connect with that? What are the things that you can share with our audience about resilience that you've been through in your journey, not just during pandemic, throughout your entrepreneurship, as a mother, as a wife, as a daughter, as a woman? What can you share with our audience about the importance of resilience?
I think resilient is a word, if you check the dictionary, it's about we rebounds from the adversity.
Yes.
Right. So in whether it's from the aspect of a family, the house, house matters, the work matters, the business, or even if you are working in a career. To me, resilience is the ability to, first you must endure, the suffering, okay, that take a lot of the inner strength, and be able to stay calm and focus in what you are doing, and find a ways out of the problem. So as fast as possible. So the speed is the
Right,
key words
the
here.
keyword.
So because and if you are able to, and of course along the way you must always self-motivate. Yeah, so because you hear a lot of noise, a lot of evil noise, and and tend to distract yourself, and so you need to actually be able to go through that and find new ways to carry out your business.
Right. Got to be very resourceful, isn't it?
Very resourceful.
Absolutely resourceful,
that's
right?
Yeah.
Yes,
So
so nice,
that's
so nice. Yeah, wonderful. Thank you very much, Datin Sri. It was
Thank you
really
so much.
insightful. Loved and loved and loved Datin's story. Amazing to see how a business that has actually changed the business model before the pandemic, yet still faced adversities and found a new way to pivot and do business. So absolutely great. I hope her story will give you the encouragement and motivation to go ahead and achieve the things that you want to do in life. Follow us on Hapa TV Facebook for more empowering stories from some really amazing women in Malaysia. And stay strong and stay resilient. See you then.
Thank you.